Hey guys, so today I wanted to do the cloth pad empowerment tag. Um, I'm a member of a number of Facebook groups relating to reusable menstrual products, and on a few of them, some of the admins had created this tag, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I do have another tag that is kind of similar. It's called the A Rump Story tag, so you can check that one out as well if you'd be interested. Um, Forgive my attire. It is very, very early in the morning, and I decided to do this before my kids woke up. My husband's out of town right now, so I am sitting here with my coffee and we're gonna do this. So I have my phone over here and I'll be reading the question, so forgive me if I'm looking off to the side. Alright, so the first question is, how did you find out about cloth pads? I cloth diaper my daughter, and I was doing an online search for cloth diapers while I was pregnant, and the search just randomly brought up Etsy listings for cloth pads, and I was super grossed out by it at first glance. So I'll admit that and say that it's, disappointing that I had that reaction, but I think a lot of us maybe recoiled just a little bit the first time that we heard about cloth pads. All right, question 2. How has your life changed? I had some discomfort associated with my period, and I've always dreaded my period. I've never really had a good relationship with my menstrual cycle, and using reusables and getting involved in the sewing aspect of it and getting involved in groups on Facebook and watching YouTubers, it has made the whole experience more pleasant. I'm actually on my cycle right now, and I am cramping and I feel terrible today. So that part of it did not disappear, but I don't dread it anymore. And I started my cycle very young, and I have always dreaded my cycle, and I don't anymore. So that's nice. Are you more comfortable with your body / period? Um, you know, I wouldn't say that I was uncomfortable with the concept of my period, and I wasn't squeamish about my period before, but like I said, I don't really dread it anymore, so I guess perhaps maybe a little bit. As far as being comfortable with my body, I just had a baby, so I'm all sorts of uncomfortable with my body right now, but cloth pads does just make that menstruation piece less awkward. All right, does your body feel healthier? I had lots of skin issues relating to the use of disposable menstrual products, and those skin issues are gone. I have uh, plaque psoriasis that is quite severe. I have eczema, and I have very sensitive skin. The sensitive skin piece was typically what affected me and impacted me relating to my menstrual cycle, but I would occasionally have eczema issues, psoriasis type issues, which I suppose I will still at some point have those types of issues, but the skin irritation that caused a lot of itching, rashes, those sorts of things, that has completely gone away, which is huge because that would make me pretty uncomfortable for well over a week every single month. Would you want your children to use cloth pads, or do your children use cloth pads? Well, my kids are very young. I have a 6-year-old son and a 5-month-old daughter. Like I said earlier, my daughter does use cloth, but in the form of diapers. And if she would be interested in using reusable menstrual products when she hits puberty, I would definitely encourage that idea. I'm assuming that seeing me do it, it'll get her more comfortable with the concept. She'll just kind of see it as normal as she grows up, but at the end of the day, it's her body and it's her choice. So yes, I would prefer that she select to use reusable products when she needs them, but if she does not want to, then it's her body. Do you have a cloth pad that makes you feel strong? Um, you know, I don't know if I necessarily have one that makes me feel strong. I do, sorry, I keep drinking my coffee in the middle of a sentence. I do have this one. It's Cinderella, and this pad does not make me feel strong, but I've always thought that this was my prettiest pad. I made it myself, so I guess just maybe a combination of it being a very feminine pad with a girly print, and it's one I made myself, and it just maybe makes me feel more feminine, maybe a little bit. I don't know if feminine means strong to most people, but that's the answer I have for that question. Do you have a medical condition that was the reason you switched, and if so, has it helped? Like I said, I did have some skin irritation issues. It was not a medical condition necessarily, just kind of a skin issue. But I've been lucky in the department of, feminine problems to not really have a whole lot. I do have uterine fibroids, which caused some complications during my recent pregnancy and do result in very, very heavy flows during my cycle, but the use of reusables has not impacted that condition at all. What do you think of cloth pads? I love cloth pads. I think they're fantastic. I think anyone that uses them and really gets involved in them figures out the right shape, length, absorbency for them. People who use cups and they find the right cup for themselves. I think that anybody who finds the right size, the right cup, the right absorbency, they're going to love this because it is, it does make your cycle fun, and it helps the environment, and as long as you're not cray-cray with your pad addiction and spend way too much money on them, like I do, you will most likely save a lot of money too, which is huge. What's one thing you would change in the cloth pad world? I am American, so I live in the United States, and the FDA regulates the sale of menstrual products as medical devices. So in order to sell pads, you have to be registered with the FDA, which costs thousands of dollars, and I think that that is ridiculous. A work-at-home mom is not going to have that kind of money to start up her shop. That kind of money is nothing to Kotex, but it's a huge thing to a family with a single income and 3 kids. So I just think it's a sign of, the corrupt nature of our pharmaceutical industry here in the United States, and it's really unfortunate, but that's what I would change. I would say screw the FDA regulations. My pads are not a medical device. My period is not an illness. I think Amy Nix, she has some really, really great videos where she kind of goes off a little bit on some of these topics. So I'll link to her channel below, because if you're not subscribed to Amy Nix, you need to be. But those were all of the questions in this tag, so I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully there isn't a mess somewhere behind me in my living room that I didn't see. But I'm going to finish my coffee and finish waking up and get the kids ready to go for the day, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.